I was mainly inspired by the Diana and Actaeon painting, but also the Death of Actaeon, because the two paintings kind of mirror each other. Because in Diana and Actaeon, Actaeon's in the corner, kind of looking down at her, and in the other painting, it's the other way round. So I think that was what inspired me principally. I wanted to write a poem that incorporated both paintings, but mainly focusing on Diana and Actaeon. Well, initially I wanted to write a sort of distant third-person perspective, but the more I got into the painting, the more I wanted to step inside and actually be one of the characters. And I was particularly interested in the maid as a black woman, and also as a peripheral character. I thought she'd have an interesting perspective on the actual drama, and also knowing that Diana was goddess of the hunt, also goddess of chastity, that that she'd made all her attendants sort of swear this vow of chastity, and I thought it would be very interesting to have the maid having desire for Actaeon, so that's something I wanted to incorporate into the poem as well. I think the fact that there's a huge legacy behind the paintings, with the poetry as well as the artistic side, was really, really good for me. And in a way, I had the challenge to try to do something different with it, to take it off on another direction. And my direction was very much looking at the water and the idea of the two paintings, Diana and Actaeon and the Death of Actaeon, mirroring each other. So I chose to write in a specular form where the second half is exactly the same as the first half, but in reverse order. So I was kind of using a visual form to sort of try to mirror the visual aspect of the paintings. In this pine-sweet grove, you turned from man to horned and dappled stag, sentenced. Look how your fate reflects itself in water. Look how your fate reflects itself in water, from man to horned and dappled stag, sentenced for looking. In this pine-sweet grove, you turned. I hope my poem has provided an exciting, accessible way to look at the paintings. I mean, my poem's very much about the gaze and about looking and the power of the gaze, so I'd hope that somebody just looking at the painting and then maybe reading the poem or hearing the poem would give them a completely different perspective on the paintings, and hopefully bring them closer to the painting, hopefully enable them to step inside the painting too.